Hi everyone, this is Heather Lautinen from the Flourish.Academy. This is episode 281 and I'm curious as to who you use to order your prints and products. Could you please leave a comment and let me know what lab you prefer and why? The reason I'm asking is I just finished recording a video that's a part of my pricing course and it includes information about my favorite labs, more specifically why I selected them. So I wanted to share that information with you now. And I would say that the way I approached this starting out was, who could I use as a consumer lab that had a natural progression to a professional lab? So I'm always trying to think strategically. Therefore, if you are just starting out into photography and maybe you don't have your business set up just yet, I would highly recommend using Mpix.com. Mpix.com is a division of Mpix Pro and also Miller's Lab, both of which are professional labs. In fact, I believe they're even located in the same campus in Kansas. So it's nice because if you're starting out and you get color calibrated with somebody like Mpix, then in theory, this is not always the case, when you graduate to a professional lab such as Mpix Pro or Miller's, then you won't have any issues transitioning. And I think that's a really solid strategy to start with, because you wouldn't necessarily start by going straight to a pro lab. Presumably you would start with a consumer lab. Now the funny thing is, I use all three of these labs for different reasons and in different ways. Still to this day, I will place orders with Mpix. It depends on what I'm ordering. Now they are the same company, but they offer different price points and different types of products and different levels of value. So what you can order from Mpix is not necessarily the same as what you could order from Mpix Pro or from Miller's. I love them all. Their customer service is excellent. Their price points are competitive. They deliver exceedingly fast. I think all of these things matter, ease of use. So I would definitely check out Mpix.com. Now, there are other labs that I use as well. I love White House Custom Color, WHCC.com. I have been a loyal customer of theirs. Definitely more than 10 years. I don't know if I used them like right away in the beginning, but certainly for the past 10 years. Their customer service is exceptional. Everything I get from them is spot on and perfect. Great press printed products. Now, for my fancier high-end bridal albums, I use Fineo, specifically the Fineo 1 album. It has a ton of options in terms of the covers and the cutouts and the leathers and the combinations and the binding and the page types. Great price points, but they are definitely a little bit more expensive than, say, a press printed product that you would get from Mpix Pro or from Miller's or from White House for that matter. So it depends on what I'm ordering. If I'm ordering a press printed book, it's sort of a lower end product for me, still beautiful, but lower end in terms of the price point. That's different than ordering a high-end bridal album, you know, that's leather bound and beautiful and thick pages from somewhere like Fineo. Just depends on what you're looking for. I would love to hear from you. What lab do you use? Why do you use it? How have you found it's worked for you? Obviously, the best thing to do is to get color calibrated with a few labs so that the prints come back reliably. I mean, they look like how you sent them or how you would expect them to look. That's pretty important. Ease of use, you know, how do you feel about the Rose systems? That's remote ordering entry system. For those of you who are not familiar with Rose, that's different than a consumer lab such as Mpix, which has a traditional shopping cart. How you order is different at the pro level. There are so many factors. Here's what I don't want to have happen, and actually in my video course that I teach this, I have this slide that always says, and it comes up all the time, it says where you might get stuck. In one area you might get stuck is there are so many labs to pick from. It doesn't matter to me who you use. I think if it works for you and it makes sense for your business, by all means continue using that lab, but don't think that you need to test all of them to find the best one. Just test a few, see what works for you, and take it from there. My approach is always simple and straightforward. You don't have to test every single lab. You do not have to carry every single product. Just keep it super simple. Charlie says, I'm in the middle of choosing between 3 companies right now. I tried Miller's, but they were, I can't see the rest, Charlie, I'm sorry. So hopefully you found this useful. I think what's really even more useful than the video itself is that if you would please comment and let everyone else know what lab you are using and why. It is helpful to see what everyone else is doing and what their experiences are. I hope that you found this useful. I'll see you in the next video.